time to sit out on your porch outside and enjoy the spring weather.
This is so true. Genevieve Mills from Oakland Nursery is here to show us how we can add a little color to our lives and, of course, on our porch.
That's right. So we've got a lot of great spring annuals at the nursery right now. So we're going to do a little planting container that you can put on your porch.
I love it.
That will give you a pop of color while we're still waiting for the temperatures to warm up. So what we're going to do, we've got some ranunculus. These guys right here.
What is it called?
I know.
Ranunculus.
Ranunculus.
Ranunculus. So these are a good spring annual, and they're nice because they're tall. So you want to put them in the center of your pot. So I've got a couple pots here. Feel free to get in there.
Oh,
it's
get
okay.
our hands dirty, right?
Get your hands dirty.
Okay.
We put a little bit of soil in.
Wait, when you say, but we got to take this off, right?
Yeah, take it out of the pot.
Oh, this is so bad.
It's
All
okay.
right.
It's okay.
Oh,
There we go.
it.
Good job.
Okay.
Great. So
if this is
Wait,
an
how did you
annual,
get that out of there?
here, just give it a little squeeze.
Oh, just a little squeeze.
and
Okay.
it should
if
slide
it's
right
an
out.
annual and it's in the pot already, you should be just waiting for it to spring up. Do you have to do anything different if it was dry over the winter season?
Okay, so annuals only bloom once a year.
Right.
It's
Okay.
perennials that come back each year.
Ah.
So these guys are just, you plant them once, you enjoy them for the season, and then they're done. So
Okay. Now, I had heard that when you pot these, do I need to like separate the roots and things like that?
Yeah, you can kind of give it a little mush, kind of loosen it up a little bit, and that
Okay.
will help the roots settle into the pot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you've got, when you're doing a container, we call it, there's a philosophy called thriller, filler, and spiller.
Okay.
So this is your filler, so this takes up a lot of space in your pot.
All right.
So I brought some pansies with us today, and these are going to be our spiller because they're a little bit lower, and they create sort of that low profile.
So
you
that's
can,
why you really want to get this in the middle so you can
Yes.
surround the front.
yeah, you can get it
Okay.
on all sides. You know, it
Okay.
depends on where you're putting your pot, but
All right.
yeah, sort of group them around the whatever you have in the center.
Okay.
So group them around it, like something in the front and then something in the back.
Sure, yeah. And the nice thing about containers is you can really pack them full.
Oh, okay.
And tell us a little bit about watering and sunlight, because I know more plants are more finicky than others.
Right. A lot of these guys, so they do really well in the cooler weather. So, you know, they can take part shade, because, you know, right now we don't get a ton of sun. It's still early in the season. So part shade, as long as they're getting a little bit of sun, is good. Watering is really easy. All you need to do is touch the soil. If the soil is moist, they're fine. You don't want to overwater.
Okay.
Obviously, underwatering is really not a huge concern at this point in the season.
Right.
But yeah, just if the soil is moist, you're good to go.
And now when considering what plants to put in a pot, I mean, are some better than others?
You can do almost anything in a potted container. You can do vegetables later in the season.
Okay.
You can do perennial plants. One of the things we do in our spring containers too are forsythia, which are the yellow blossom plants that bloom in the spring.
All right.
And those are nice because they're very, very tall and very dramatic. But they'll come back year after year if you want something permanent in that pot.
Okay.
So containers are great because it doesn't matter what size yard you have. You can have a container and you can plant almost anything in it.
Okay.
And what about when you want to add miracle grows and things like that?
For fertilizing, you just want to follow whatever the package directions say and go based on the volume of your container. Typically for containers, a little bit goes a long way, so you don't need to use too much.
All right,
Okay.
so what's our next step?
Okay,
We've
so
kind of
we've
put
got
some flowers around there.
we've got our filler and our
filler.
spiller. So now we've got some pussy willow branches here. This is going to be our thriller. So you can just and these
wherever
are
you-
dried.
Just
Yep.
anywhere?
You just tuck them into the soil.
Okay.
Again, we use a lot of forsythia blossoms as well in our street containers when we go out in the city and do street containers downtown.
Okay.
And it just really creates a nice extra pop. It kind of heightens the drama of your container as opposed to just having, you know,
I
one
like
type of plant.
this.
Yeah, see, that's
really
great. That
pretty.
looks really good.
And I've passed some trees with these on it, so you just really just clip them off the
Yes,
tree.
you can just clip them off. You can actually just, you know, if you just want to put these in a vase with some water, they make a great
I have
centerpiece.
fake ones right now,
Fake
so I
ones.
never have to water them.
So we have
Perfect.
less than, less than 30 seconds
Okay.
left. So just to wrap it all up, what's the last thing that we need to do then? Do we need to put more soil in them? I guess?
Yeah, these are, you just want to make sure your soil level is even with the level of the plant.
Okay.
And, you know, give them a good water to get them started, and then you're good to go.
I love it.
It's absolutely
I can't wait.
gorgeous. And you can learn more about the Oakland Nursery by logging on to myfox28columbus.com and clicking on news links. And
Coming up on Good Day Columbus, Cameron's wheels are a-turning.
He's downtown at the International Auto Show checking out some sweet rides.
Girl, you're perfect, and you